we'll go ahead and get started. We record all of these and they're going to be on YouTube as well. So definitely go check them out. If you missed the front end of it, no problem. You can always check that. So we'll go ahead and get started here. All right, so like we just mentioned, go ahead and drop in the chat your name, where you're from, any questions. Just a quick introduction. My name's Aaron Oberdick. I'm the video marketing manager here at Nextiny Marketing.
I was on mute. I'm Gabriel Margugli. I'm the CEO of Nextiny Marketing. If we are going to say something personal, I always talk about my 55 kids, actually 4, but they feel like 55 sometimes. And my awesome wife and partner, Jackie. As you can see, I collect typewriters. I'm a drummer, and we love to cook a lot. My wife, as you can see, all those books right there, they're all recipe books. So we collect recipe books, and we love to cook new things every week. So that's how we spend our time. How about you, Aaron?
Well, I have a couple hobbies. You can probably see from behind me, I got a few guitars on the wall. So got a piano there. I'm a musical guy. Just love playing anything that makes sound, right? So that's a big hobby of mine. You guys have probably heard that every 2 weeks. I'm a newish homeowner. I've been saying new homeowner for like a year now. So I probably should just start saying like, I'm just a homeowner at this point, but I'm a proud cat and dog dad. So that's exciting too. Got my little fur babies. So That's just some fun information about me, but that's enough about us. Let's move on to the presentation. Let's talk about the HubSpot Video Marketing Study Group. So the study group is something that we at Nextiny kind of lead here. And you're welcome to join the study group. It is a community where we just talk anything video related. So if you have video questions, whether it be about technical stuff, whether it be about any phase of production for video, really just anything video related, you can drop that question in there. And we're an asset. We're going to provide you answers to your questions. And then if it's a good enough question, you'll even see it's going to be answered here on office hours. So go ahead and join the community. We'll drop the link in the chat. I think Gabriel has already done that. So make sure you join that community. We'll get those numbers, keep on moving forward, and we'll have more posts and more community guidelines. So that's exciting. So moving forward, we're going to talk about our last hug. That was in October 28th. But we talked about measuring the success of your video marketing efforts. It's about an hour-long presentation, and we talked a lot about key metrics that you should be focusing on when analyzing your videos and optimizing your videos. So I think we dove into, things like play rate, retention, just all of your analytics that you're looking at and what you should be focused on. So it's highly valuable. We recommend checking that out if you haven't watched that.
And I just shared not only the presentation, which is the hour-long presentation and workshop, but also a blog that we wrote with content from the whole presentation. So if you want to skim the blog instead of watching the whole 45 minutes, whatever works for you. So that's the link right there if you want to check it out. We always turn these events and these office hours, when there's great content, we turn them into pieces of content that are easier for everybody to digest. So let us know if there's anything that you have any questions, and of course, go back to the community and ask us questions there about these if you have one.
Awesome. All right, so hopping into the agenda today, just some things we're going to be talking about. We're really going to focus on some study group questions. We had some good stuff come in. So we have a question that kind of focuses on some video pre-production phases, how we go about that entire process here at Nextiny with client videos as well as internal videos. We had a question about what kind of videos can I create for the holiday season. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Then we'll move on to some recommended video editing software. We're going to talk a little bit about some different software, the pros and cons of each of those. And then we had a question last week about some starter gear recommendations. Someone asked specifically, for about $100 budget, what can I pick up? And I threw some just random information out there. We put some links there, but it wasn't really conformed. It was just like, go pick up some stuff. So I'm going to speak a little bit more specifically on that question and the gear you can pick up at the beginning when you're getting started with video. And then we're going to talk a little bit about that HubSpot Bootcamp we're going to be running next year. We've talked about it in our last 2 office hours, but it's really important and it's really exciting. So we're going to share more information on that. And then, like I've mentioned again, question and answer at the end. If you guys have any questions, drop those in the chat and we'll answer them at the end of the presentation. All right, so moving on to the study group questions. The first question that we had come in was, I'm confused about how to plan out a video beforehand. How does Nextiny plan out a video before filming? And this is really just related to all pre-production, right? So everything that you do, strategize before you hit the record button. So I put together this bullet point list to really focus in and hone in on exactly what you should be looking for, what you should be trying to do before you hit the record button. And the first thing is we start with a brief, whether it's an internal video or whether it's a client video, you always start with a brief. And basically what this is outlining is all of your goals, your topics, and your takeaways. So, this is very surface level. You should really just kind of be figuring out, why are we creating this video? What is the goal? What is the ultimate purpose for the video? And then what are the main topics that are going to be in that video? And then lastly, what can we take away from this video, right? And what can the viewer take away? What can they walk away with? And what kind of information do they have that's full of retention? So those are really something you want to put together in your brief. And then once you have that created, you have your brief ready to go, and then it's time to create an outline. So typically we sit down together and we break those goals, those topics, and those takeaways into more detail into the outline. So we're really focusing on what is the ultimate goal, and then bullet points for sub goals there. And then we go into our topics, right? Like, what of our speaking points, we can bullet point those out. And then lastly, any sort of takeaways, we can kind of measure those into a little bit more specifics in the outline. And then once you have your outline, depending on the type of video, right? So if it's really full of like a voiceover and speaking, we're going to script it out. Or if it's a lot more visual, like an animation video, and it's not really anyone of a talking head, it's purely visual with a voiceover, we're going to storyboard it as well as script it. So it's really important to make sure that you storyboard, because that gives someone like a client the visual representation of what they're going to get before you can actually edit something. So storyboarding, we always recommend doing. And then if it's going to be more of like a very specific video, if it's not like a thank you video or an email signature video, if it's something like a brand video where we really need to go out and capture shots on site somewhere, we need to do multiple location shoots, we'll create a shot list. And so that way we're not disorganized. We have everything in one spot, and then we can know we need all these shots. We can cross each one off the list as we capture those. And then I also added AV reference sheet. Basically what this is we'll take the script and the shot list, we'll merge them together and then line up the speaking points with the shots that you're viewing side by side. So AV reference sheet is really for like a director or anyone that just wants to look that over. And as they're watching the final video, that AV reference sheet should line up kind of perfectly with the finalized video. So these are all documents that we create, and then we kind of congregate all of that. We review all of these documents before we actually click the record button. And then the last thing we have there is just prep equipment, your tools, your props, etc. So, if you're doing a brand video, you might need branded material, clothing, whatever that may be. And then, of course, if you're using multiple cameras, always checking batteries, making sure that stuff's all charged. That's more on the technical side, but just making sure that you're ready to go with all your gear and it's all prepared and nothing's gonna, go wrong on the day of the recording. So those are really just everything we do pre-production phase. There's a lot there, but when it's boiled down, you see it goes very quickly once you start to put together those videos. All right, so we'll move on to the next question here. So we had a question, during the holiday season, I have a lot of downtime. Are there specific videos I can create now to get ahead on a project? Yeah, and that's a great question. Of course, typically Q1 is super busy for everyone, right? And so, of course, yeah, you can definitely get ahead. I'm already trying to think of the Q1 videos we're going to be creating. Can I create briefs for those videos now? Do we have all the information readily accessible to get those videos prepared? And so that's just something you should always be preparing for, moving forward with. It's never too early to start a brief for a video. So definitely create those documents and get all of that documented. So that way you're prepared to go when the video shoot kind of comes closer to fruition. And then speaking on videos you can actually create right now, the holiday season is a humanizing time, right? People are a little bit more affectionate. People are just more open to being a human, right? And so sending a thank you video, a happy holidays video is always welcome. No one's going to open an email and be disappointed to see a video saying happy holidays. We love working with you. It's always exciting to watch those things. And I know at Nextiny, we've created videos for our partners. We created a fun video a couple years back when we were in the office that was just kind of thanking our partners, and we got so much excellent and positive feedback from it, and it really just kind of secured those partnerships, right? It just really made it feel like it's very valuable, and they're human, we're human, and we're all in this together. So there's so many video concepts you can create during this holiday season that are very surface level stuff, and it holds a lot of retention. So yeah, those are some ideas you can definitely create. Gee, you look like you might have any ideas there.
For that typewriter video that you're talking about. So I'll
Okay.
put it on the chat in a second so people can actually watch it.
Yeah, that we had a comment come in. That person who has downtime can come help me. So
definitely, definitely, the opposite happens a lot of
Yep.
times. It's like
Yep.
the holidays is a super crazy time. So yeah,
Yeah,
we
it's
have
all relative, right?
downtime, and also we have let's work as much as possible to get stuff done before the end of the year, for sure.
For sure. All right, so moving on to the next question here. What free editing software do you recommend? So I think free is the key word here that we're going to focus in on, because there's tons of editing platforms that we could talk about. Here at Nextiny, we use Final Cut Pro as well as Adobe Premiere, but those are paid subscription services. So obviously, what's going to be kind of that surface level editing platform that I can dive in for free, test it out, check out all the features. And Gabriel and I did a little bit of racking our brains here, and ultimately we came up with Descript. Descript is going to be a program that we utilize here at Nextiny, and it's an excellent video editing platform for free. Now, it's not only video editing, it's also audio editing. They're very focused on audio. And so this is not only great to edit all of your videos in, but let's say you repurpose those videos for a podcast, you can do all that editing as well. You can enhance the sound design and everything. So it's great in that regard. But the coolest thing about it is the way you edit. So when you import a video or audio file into it, it transcribes your audio into a text format and basically puts it into like a Google Doc format. And so, traditional video editors, they give you a timeline and you drop your video clip in, you can trim the edges and hone all of that. But the way you edit in Descript is you actually select the text. So let's say you're recording a video and then you have a line that you mess up. You can always just highlight that text, click backspace, and it removes it from the video. So it makes video editing very friendly and very like the bell curve is not high to learn on Descript. So that's another reason why we recommend it. And it also, another feature is it has a built-in recorder, so you can directly import all those videos. So as I was just talking about, you can send a happy holidays video to someone. You can record that with the Descript recorder, bring that into Descript, add a music track, add any graphics you want, and make a really polished video all within this free editing software. So that's just another bonus to it. But let's say you are a video editor and you're an advanced video editor. When I initially got Descript, I was like, wow, this is really cool, but is this all it can do? But no, it has multi-level non-linear video editing abilities. So you can have multi-level tracks in there. You can import all your video and edit just like a non-linear editor as well. And then they just have amazing features that I talked about a little bit. Audio enhancements. They have a really cool feature called Studio Sound that basically takes your sound file, and if you record it just like on any phone or anything without a microphone, it'll enhance all of that. It'll remove all of the background sounds with like air conditioners, things like that. Not only remove that, but it'll also take your vocal sounds and enhance it. So there's so many cool features of Descript. I'd highly recommend checking it out. Gabriel dropped the link in the chat there. So check out their homepage. If you do anything, watch their promo video on their homepage. It was created by a production company called Sandwich Video, which we just love here at Nextiny. They're so creative, so talented, and they made an awesome product video. So It highlights, I think, like all the Descript features in about a 2-minute stint there. So definitely go check out that video. And then moving on to the last question we had, can you guys recommend an entry level video gear to get started? So this was another question that came in, and it just kind of piggybacks off of the question we had 2 weeks ago with, hey, I got $100. What kind of stuff can I get with that? And it's going to be, we're going to talk about 3 pillars, which I always kind of talk about when it comes to video recording: your camera, your microphone, and your lighting. And so camera recommendations it's a little bit difficult because I always tell everyone, you already have a camera. You have a phone in your pocket that probably records at least 1080p and probably 4K. So if you have a phone that's probably within the last 2 to 3 years old, it'll probably record 4K video, and you can directly take those files off your phone, bring them onto your computer and edit them. And that's going to be your best camera. You have to spend $0 and you already have an excellent video camera. I always say, in comparison with that though, if you're going to use your phone as your video camera, make sure you buy a compatible microphone, because a lot of people will go out, pick up a microphone that's compatible with an actual camera, but not with your phone. So always look for microphones that are compatible with the camera you're using, whether it be your phone or an actual camera. I guess I'll take one step back and talk a little bit about the mirrorless cameras here. So that you see the picture on the bottom left, that's kind of an entry level Sony mirrorless camera. They're relatively inexpensive, typically a couple $100s to get started. And they have all of their ports to have your microphone plugged in, things like that. They span all the way to a couple $1,000s, but when you're just getting started, these cameras are usually more than good for what you're looking to do. They're excellent, yeah. And then when it comes to microphones, there's 2 microphones I always recommend as an entry level point. That's going to be a lavalier microphone or a shotgun microphone. And so what we have pictured on this slide at the bottom middle is going to be a lavalier microphone. You see the little clip that basically goes right onto your shirt right here. And so it's going to capture really high quality audio. It's going to pick up someone's voice very clearly. And then that's going to plug directly into the camera or your phone. And then last, the third pillar is going to be a light. So lighting is so crucial to video, and so many people overlook this step. They think, I need a video to record video, I have audio, and then that's it. But lighting is so crucial because it really makes a big difference. You don't want to watch a video if someone's completely silhouette, right? If I was completely dark and my background's white, you're not going to want to watch it because it's not appealing. You don't really understand what the person's trying to speak to. So lighting is crucial. And I recommend an LED light. You can pick up a lot of these now from Amazon or other camera stores. And typically they're USB powered. So they have an internal battery in them. You can plug a USB right into them. And you can see they all work in conjunction with each other. You can attach the light to the camera, the microphone to the camera, and have like a whole one-in-one setup there. So those are kind of the 3 pillars when it comes to entry-level video gear. But I do want to also mention that, let's say you have a budget of nothing, right? You have your phone and you're going, I can't buy a microphone, I can't buy a light. That's okay. Record the video and then use Descript as your editor to put it through Studio Sound, enhance your audio quality using Descript, and then find natural lighting with a window to get that natural lighting on you. That's what I don't have any LEDs on right now. I just got a window in front of me so you can see as I kind of move my hand, it gets darker. It's just going to be natural. Have that window in front of you. Use Descript. You don't need any budget to create videos today. So this is just some recommendations here. All right, so let's move on to the next slide here. That kind of concludes all the questions that we had from the group. So please, if you guys have any questions during this presentation or throughout the week, make sure you join the study group and answer those. And you might get lucky enough to be highlighted on the next office hours. So that's exciting. Now, I'm going to shift gears a little bit over to the boot camp. So HubSpot is now doing Academy boot camps, and Gabriel and I are putting together a course that kind of covers just video for marketing, sales, and service. And it's going to be a 6-week course that's really an in-depth look into video, right? So it's aligned to educate you guys on implementing and executing a video marketing strategy. But it goes so much more detailed than that, right? Like, with office hours right now, we present every 2 weeks, but we don't have a lot of hands-on approach with you guys. that's where this boot camp comes in. We're going to have 50 people participate in it. And we're going to kind of have individual time with all of those people. So if you have a lot of questions, or if you're really wanting to get into video, want to learn how to shoot video, how to strategize, all of that, I would highly recommend signing up for this, because it's going to be a lot of valuable material. Like I mentioned, it's going to be a 6-week course that's going to start in the first week of February. And we're going to have every single week, we're going to have actionable takeaways. So you're going to be creating a script for conceptual videos. And all while you're doing that, you're going to be creating an email signature video, a thank you video, a culture video. So there's a lot of actionable takeaways each week for this. And then lastly, once you graduate from that, you're going to receive a bootcamp certification through the HubSpot Academy. So there's a lot of valuable assets that you can retain afterwards. Not only the knowledge, but you'll have the credibility as well through the HubSpot Academy.
Definitely. And this is a very exciting next step. Of course, you can continue to join us on our Video Hug events, with our workshops, on our video marketing office hours. Join us on the Video Marketing Bootcamp in HubSpot Academy. Ask us questions. We're very happy to help. But this one is, as Aaron was saying, the main difference is this is going to be actionable. We're going to be doing work, not just presenting how to do it, not just teaching you the tools. We're going to go through Descript and teach you how to use Descript. We're going to teach you how to use Soapbox by Wistia or Vidyard. We'll go through the tools. We'll teach you how to put together a debrief, a script, and all these different things that we are talking about. And then you're gonna go and do it. Send it as your work for the week, and then you're gonna get feedback on all of that. You're gonna get peer feedback from other members. The idea is that not only you're gonna be learning from us, but from all the other members that are gonna be part of this bootcamp. So you're gonna be part of a separate Slack channel that we'll all share, where we'll share the videos and get feedback to each other. So it's a very exciting opportunity. And of course, if you get another HubSpot certification under your belt, that always helps. So this could go on your resume as you going through the bootcamp and actually finishing the bootcamp. So very exciting opportunity. It's going to be beginning of February that we're going to start with this. So register as soon as possible, because it's first come, first serve. And it's right there. The link, I just shared it down there. You'll see several bootcamps. There's some other sales bootcamps, and HubSpot Academy is working on other bootcamps for the future. This one is the video for marketing, sales, and service bootcamp. So if you have any questions, of course, let us know. Connect with us in the Academy. And if you have any questions right now, just put it in the chat and we'll go through that.
Yeah, we actually
there's no cost. It's actually free.
Yeah, I was going to say the cost is actually your participation. So
it's time. You're going to be paying with spending some time on really digging deep in all these things.
Yeah, and that's the important part, right? It's going to be so actionable. It's going to be a lot of takeaways. And so we're going to have your participation is going to be the cost of the overall bootcamp for sure. So,
yeah, they're free bootcamps.
Yeah. All right. So just a little bit of a week by week breakdown here of the bootcamp. So you understand what you're going to be going through. We're going to touch on a lot of surface level stuff for video marketing in that first week, just an overall introduction and what we're going to be going over week by week. Then week 2, we'll break it down into pre-production. So we had that question on pre-production earlier. Everything I talked about, we're going to go in a lot more detail about briefs and outlines, things like that. Then we'll talk about the video production, what you should be doing during recording, what you should be looking out for, things like that. Next following week, we'll talk about post-production and promotion. So how you edit the video, where you upload the video, and how you analyze the video, how you promote it, things like that. Then we'll kind of switch over gears for the last 2 weeks. We'll talk about a lot of different video marketing ideas that you can create. So we have a blog that has 100 video ideas right now that you can read. Definitely check that out. And then last, we're going to talk about measuring success with video. So just looking at the analytics, breaking everything down, and figuring out why a video is successful and how you can create future videos for success. All right.
Awesome, guys. Any other questions? I'll share the animation and game art. So I want to use in my business. Aaron, do you want to talk a little bit about animation?
Yeah, absolutely. Animation is a fantastic avenue that we've kind of opened the door here at Nextiny recently. Obviously, with the current times and certain situations, we can't always get to a location to shoot something. And so, an animation video is a perfect replacement for that because we can usually get the message across. We start, again, we create the briefs, the outlines, and everything, and we start to realize that, hey, maybe we don't need to actually shoot a video in person. We can create an entire animated video that gets the message across more clearly. And so we'll go ahead and take an actionable result on that. I don't know if you had any more specific question about animation there, but more than happy to answer that. And again, you can follow up on the community group if you want to elaborate a little bit more.
Of course. So again, follow us on the HubSpot community. Make sure you become part of the community that will open up. Again, there's more than 450 members now in the community. So that means that not only you can connect with us, but actually ask them questions and learn from each other. That's the idea of that video study group. Also want to make sure that we will continue these office hours every 2 weeks starting back in January. You can check them out at the Video Hug. We'll send you the links after this presentation for the next event, and check out that video bootcamp for February. See if you want to participate. It's going to be very, very hands-on. So if you really want to take video to the next level in 2022, that's the best way to start the year.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, I think that kind of concludes the presentation here. I don't see any more questions coming in. So yeah, again, join the community and ask the questions there if you think of anything throughout the next couple of weeks. And if not, we'll see you in the next office hours.
Take it easy. Have a good one.
See you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye.